and irony, just like animal farm. Justice mean inequity, so who go say the truth? Who go say the truth? Christian can say silence, Islamic leaders silence, kings and queens silence, traditional leaders silence. So who go say the truth? We are the workers of comfort call. Now by area, why no better? We are the workers of comfort call. One guy's out here, why no better? Who go say the truth? Who go say the truth? Oh, he need it now, see what I see so. Now your friend, and now you come at them. Only baby, Obeka, nice and yeah. So I want to bet you were too. Everybody was afraid. And when you nan to my cottage, I get 9. Once my boy dumping 1 and 90. But who go tell the truth? Nanai or say me. Nan so be am person be can want some because everybody is afraid. Anya safwe muayini. Aku draw for you na dalima. And who go say the truth? Obiaja konson so to grow your man sa to me bia ka kobrafo. Efo anyina ye. Efo wanyina ye. Na so ko trata down na so bi dia ba ko why no keke. Afene fo be man mo pia fo efo e. Ne cross on my mo. Anya safwe muayini. Aku draw for you na dalima. And who go say the truth? Abaya di bote chino. Yedi bi bebo nyande bi. Kachi se udi oma upipi numa. Would your mind never shine my preference? But who go tell the truth? TUC, silence, even journalists, silence. So then who go say the truth? Right is right, wrong is wrong, no matter how you justify. You say you wanna get rid of corruption. Someone want to help you. Now the person become your target. Jobless no they mean senseless. Poverty no they mean useless. One day them go resist.
Good evening. This is Today Ghana News TV. My name is Alfred Koyoli, and you are live on Today Ghana News TV on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and all social media platforms. This is MyView. You may wonder why Alfred is hosting MyView. I'm sitting in tonight for your regular host, Dr. Jerome Pan. So tonight, in the next 1 hour, I will be steering the affairs of the show till the dawn is clicked. So as you have joined me, if today is the first time of joining us on Today Ghana News TV, kindly subscribe to our Facebook or the YouTube channel and like our Facebook page, all our social media platforms, wherever you are watching us from. Kindly be part of Today Ghana News family. And by being part, you help us spread the word. And of course, as a viewer, Don't be a passive viewer. Be an active and participating viewer. Bring your views, as the title of the show is My View. Democracy is a communal labor. I bring my view, you bring your view, then we can build a strong and a vibrant democracy, which would inure to the benefit of the citizens. So tonight, I have with me Ken Johnson. He is the chairman of Pro Forum UK. And Ken would help us do justice to some pertinent issues that is flying in the waves. You all know that tonight will be the end of the 8th Parliament under the 4th Republic. And the 9th Parliament will be sworn in by around 12 midnight, getting to 1 a.m. And tomorrow will be the D-Day, the swearing in of the second coming of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. So, of course, my view this evening, our comrade or our guest, Ken Johnson, will help us expatiate on the expectations of the masses, of the Ghanaian masses, and the deliveries from the NDC. Before going into these elections, the NDC sold a lot to Ghanaians, and Ghanaians bought whatever the NDC sold to them. Now it's time for us to see or to know whether or not the NDC will live up to the expectations of the Ghanaians or the ordinary Ghanaian. My brother Kenneth Johnson, you are most welcome to My View show.
Thank you very much, Alfred. It's a privilege to always be on your wonderful channel, which is heard across the globe through the Twitter sphere, internet. You're talking about Facebook, you're talking about Instagram and everything, and YouTube as well. I think that I have to first of all say that compliment of the season. We are still celebrating the New Year.
Thank you so much.
As you guys in Germany will call it, pro Weihnachten, pro noise, and the full noise, it's very nice. So I will say that to your audience. Yes. Thank you very much for having me. Bitte.
And as you have greeted our viewers in German, have you for one stayed in Germany?
I stayed and studied in Germany as well. So I still have that little thing to always protect myself when it becomes necessary.
Right?
Yes.
That is important, of course.
Yeah, so
it's good to have you.
Thank you.
It's good to have you on My View. And viewers, I will remind you that this program is also live on High 93.7 FM. Within the Achimhiman and its environs in the eastern region. The King's Radio is also taking this program live. And of course, Sakina Information Center in Tatali, they have also cross-posting this show. Jaframa TV is also cross-posting this show. So before I come to my guests to go into today's topic, I want to go for a quick break. When we come, then we begin today's discussion.
Hallelujah. Enka osro hine. Ka apostle Stephen Amuakuhu okwantrofo penyi ene kofabaye edema Inner World of God Ministry International ewa biblical truth miminda ediye nimi ene miminda bia abra abo enumre nonso Ghana time yeyi ni life ewa Today Ghana News TV biblical truths power.
Viewers, you are welcome back on My View. You bring your view, I bring my view, then we'll help push Ghana forward. Today, as you know, is a special edition on swearing in of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the President-elect of the Republic of Ghana. Tomorrow by this time, or tomorrow morning, he wouldn't be President-elect, but a full-fledged president in our ninth republic. Ninth parliament under the fourth republic. And as you know, Ghanaians have suffered for over 8 years under the regime of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Dr. Mabudu Bawumia. Journalists have suffered, civil servants have suffered. The clergy also suffered same. The ordinary Ghanaian also suffered. But as we know, because of democracy, we went on elections some weeks ago, about 3-4 weeks ago, and Ghanaians cried for the second coming of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Therefore, Ghanaians gave an overwhelming endorsement to the NDC being led by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, where His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, as presidential candidate, won the elections by over 57%. This has never happened in the history of Ghana's politics. And of course, the parliamentary seat that NDC scooped is well over 180 something. Currently, we have 183 parliamentary seats confirmed to be for the NDC, excluding the independent candidates. And of course, we all know that there are some constituencies under some sort of scrutiny where the High Court has ruled that the EC has to go and do the so-called recollation. Some constituencies have been recollated and has been declared for the NPP. Some are still under contention because the NDC claims that some of the pink sheets that the NPP is providing seems to be forged. And of course, the Electoral Commission, today I heard Dr. Alaji Tanku, who is one of the NDC election gurus. He said that the Electoral Commission, one of the constituencies, the Electoral Commission provided some pink sheets that has the coloring of the pink sheets is entirely different, differs from the others. So the NDC thinks that some way, somehow, the Electoral Commission, as we all, for over the years, or over the last 8 years, been crying that they are colluding with the NPP to steal the mandate from the NDC for the NPP. And I also heard that the NDC have filed an injunction on the recollation or that the declaration of these recollated seats. And therefore, per the status quo, the recollated declared MPs are not supposed to be sworn in tonight. They are not supposed to be sworn in tonight. In fact, a lot of legal issues are going on behind the scenes, and we hope that at the end of it all, the NDC may have more than 186, 185 parliamentary seats, which will be more than the 2/3 of parliament, because to have 2/3 absolute majority is 184. Now NDC has 183, excluding independent candidates. So let me go to my guest so that we can begin today's discussion. So if Ken is around, my producer should alert Ken to come into the studio. Yes. Ken, it looks like we can hardly see you where you are. Do you have Doomsaw at your end?
I don't have Doomsaw, unfortunately, but I think it is it's getting dark and I'm in the car.
Oh, okay.
So there's so much noise here because, as you know, it's last minute. I will try and make myself available. If you can see,
that will be great. If you can, maybe on the inside light of the car for viewers to at least.
Yes,
handsome,
let me. Oh, thank you. Let me see if I can put the inside light without killing the battery.
Yes, viewers.
That's not good.
I would wish.
Bear with me. Bear with me. Let me come out.
No problem. Yeah,
can you see me?
This is better. This is better. Thank you so much for.
Can you hear me?
Joining us. Thank you so much for joining us on MyView. Before we go into today's topic, today is the last day of the 8th Parliament under the 4th Republic. I want to find out from you, what is your assessment of this 8th Parliament that is ending tonight?
Thank you very much. I think to start with, I would want to politely remind you and your viewers that I am not the chairman of Pro Forum. Pro Forum, we don't use chairman, we use president.
President, sorry.
Okay. So the title is actually president for the UK and Ireland.
Okay. Thank you so much for the
and then by extension also Europe, because we are expanding rapidly. It is the most attractive fraternity within the NDC that anybody can identify with. So that's general. Thank you for that. That's fine. You're welcome. In terms of your question, what is the review, if you like, or my own evaluation of the current Parliament, which is ceasing to operate at the end of this at 11:59 tonight. I think that I can say it's been a very interesting Parliament. It is characterized by so many things. One, the sheer wickedness of the outgoing administration and its behavior in the parliamentary politics was seeing how they wanted to destroy the last institution of state that could provide some surety to the good people of Ghana by even attempting to usurp the powers of the Speaker of Parliament. And I think you and I know that there were instances where the Deputy Speaker would even overturn the decisions made by the House of the Speaker. And these are things that you don't take it lightly, where it becomes so clear that the Speaker had to even make statements on it. So this is all because the government at the time thought that the Speaker was not doing their bidding. But look, the Constitution of Ghana provides the standards that we have 3 forms of government. And if all 3 would have to wield the same power, then we don't have a constitution. So the parliamentary politics or the parliamentary caucus had to be always seen as the independent lawmakers of our state, whereby laws are made and not do actual politics. So for me, we can start from the times when the leadership of parliament were changed from both sides. The majority at the time, Chairman was changed because they thought that maybe he was a bit becoming so cozy up with the opposition, minority, the NDC. And the NDC on one side also thought that they had to change their leadership and find gentlemen like Honorable Ibusu were given a different role to play, and a new bit of leadership came in with Casey Latifosi becoming minority leader. And that also brought in some sort of speculation here and there. But I think the party at the time said they took the decision not on any personal level, but on operational merit. And I think today we cannot say that perhaps the decision that was made by the NEC for the NDC had proven worthwhile. Beside that, I think that we've also seen instances where there was a bit of hand kicks and hand fisting or some fighting here and there, which is part of the democracy anyway. When the heart is so poised to make a point, sometimes your hand tends to go further before the heart even speaks, or the heart pumps, if you know what I'm trying to say in the lighter note. But on the seriousness of what we have now, I think now Ghanaians were not happy with the behavior of this particular parliament. And that is why they thought that they had to do something. That is why they punished the MPP in that score. Because one, they realized that the parliamentarians were not doing anything in the interest of, if you like, of the good people of Ghana. It was all about rubber stamping the Akufo-Addo's administration with all the ballooned loans that have been contracted and the amount of debt that Ghanaians are faced with. These are things parliamentary oversight were, if you like, were destroyed, were not seen to be doing their job. Hence why we have seen a very large scale of a new breed of over 120 members of parliament will be sworn in, new ones, I must say, will be sworn in tomorrow or midnight tonight. We are very new, going into parliament for the first time. 120, it is very unprecedented. You understand? We are going to have a parliament that is going to be seen as the most formidable, because where the opposition, which is now won, the NDC, has over some 184 plus by the distinct of the cases that is still pending. You know, so for me, my assessment is that I think the speaker has done a great job. He showed leadership. He showed that he's an experienced politician, and he has been a parliamentarian before, helped steer the challenges that we had in this particular term. But we thank God that the Ghanaian people have taken a decision to reset the system, and that is what the agenda His Excellency John Mahama, when he's sworn in tomorrow, would also want to pursue. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your preliminary submissions regarding your assessment of this 8th Parliament, and of course, you highlighted on some of your expectations of the upcoming or the incoming 9th Parliament. Thank you so much. Now, let's see. Going into the elections 2024, the NDC being led by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, made some solid promises, and the NDC as a party also promised Ghanaians and the ordinary Ghanaian about a lot of things. Now that NDC is going to be sworn into office, so to say, because after tonight, then His Excellency will take the reign of the governance of Ghana in the next 4 years. When you look at the expectations of the masses and what the NDC as a party wish to deliver, how do you juxtapose the two? Do you think that NDC can deliver on its promise?
I think generally there's a good groundswell of support within the country to see that change happens, not just by changing the political parties to rule, but that we get back to where things used to be better for everybody. Hence why the manifesto of the NDC was clear that we were going to reset Ghana. Our manifesto is a Reset Ghana manifesto agenda. And if you look at the support that the general public have for the NDC administration led by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and ably supported by the Vice President to be sworn in tomorrow, Professor Nana Jane Akufo-Addo. What you are seeing here is that people believe that this time Mr. Mahama has come to change the way we behave, or they want some things done better. For instance, one of the things he has promised to do in his first 100 days, we have seen some examples of them happening. The ORA operation, recover all loot, something that is something that people are now beginning to talk. This afternoon, I saw the leader of the MPP in Parliament talking about the fact that they think it's a witch hunt. It's not a witch hunt. People have come misbehaved. Let me put it that way. Have misbehaved in public office, and it is right that as Ghanaians we institute the measures in place so that these behaviors do not repeat themselves. Because think about it, if somebody's daughter who never worked in Europe, who allegedly used to work for McDonald's, can now build about 20-30 million per one contract, 130 million per one contract. How is that confidence going to help the ordinary folks on the street to also become better? Because we are stifling progress, we are stifling people's future, and that is what the aura is all about. So it is not a witch hunt. It is about people being able to come and say, I know Mr. Block for my street. He never did anything. All of a sudden, he's been building houses. We need to find out how and what he got his money. You live in Germany, you see, and I want your listener today. In Germany, if you have money, everybody knows how you got your money. If you work out,
Exactly.
they should be So one day you just wake up and because your party is in power, then the person is automatically a rich man. That is not true. That's not what the promise of democracy is about. And as a political party with social democracy in our blood, we believe that equity is always the case going forward, and that is why they are not going to allow such behaviors to continue. So in terms of confidence of the Ghanaians, I think it's very high. The fact that oral committee is already in place, and look at the people who have been put in that committee to bring this operation into bear, it is great. In terms of what the NDC hope to do, talk about the Women Development Bank, these are things that they are achievable. These are targets that we believe we can do and get our women back into working ways and have some pockets of money in their hands so that they can also become good wives in their homes. In terms of resetting the free SHS or reviewing the free SHS, these are things that we have talked about, and I believe that we can achieve that. In terms of creating job opportunities across the length and breadth of the country and stop the cross migration or from the urban to from the rural to the cities or from the rural to the urbanization, these are possible. If we have given people free education, we have given them their system to go to school, I believe that they want to aspire to go to university in their local town without necessarily coming to Accra to look for jobs. So there are things set in the manifesto and clearly achievable targets that we believe that Ghanaians have every confidence in us, and I believe that the leadership of Mr. Mahama and his team will be able to deliver.
Yeah, President Ken, as I'll allow you to continue, but then it looks like where you are, your background is becoming darker and darker.
It is, yes.
You made mention of the fact that the leader of the MPP caucus was saying that this oral team has been created just for witch hunt. It looks like our viewers are beginning to feel that you are gradually becoming like a ghost. And
I know, I'm trying my best to position myself.
Is it possible to find a place where there is a little bit of lightning so that
that is what I'm trying to do.
That would be very fantastic. That would be very fantastic.
That is what I'm trying to do. I don't know if you can see.
Viewers, this is my view.
Apologize.
I'm here with the president of Pro Forum UK. He's in the person of Ken Johnson, and of course, I have to apologize for the
background
darkness of his background. Unfortunately, comrade is actually on his way from work, and because Europe life is not like as we know. So, as they were saying, goes time is money. So wherever you find yourself,
I'm actually in Ghana. I'm actually in Ghana as we speak.
You are in Ghana.
I'm somewhere, and it gets darker quickly. So I'm so sorry. Yes. Things have overrun.
It is actually unfortunate that we can't really see the handsome face of the president of Pro Forum UK, and as he rightly said, the Pro Forum is actually spreading very fast. It's like wildfire, and very soon all Europe would have Pro Forum branches there, and of course, it's been tried.
We are about to renew. We are about to inaugurate Pro Forum France. About to do the same for Belgium. So I'm sure your boss Jerome. I've had a conversation with him. We want to come to Germany, and we're going to have Spain.
Germany is long overdue. Germany is long overdue.
So
now,
please.
Please continue.
I'll just say that I can't do anything else because the next place I'll go is even more darker. I'm actually packed somewhere. So let your viewers. I can put my camera off if that would be any better. Then I can talk to you if that's okay.
I think then let's do it this way. It's better.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We can do it again.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Let's do it this way. Now, Comrade Ken, you made mention of the fact that the oral team has been set up. Ghanaians feel that if the NDC, the leadership of John Dramani Mahama, fulfills his promise under oral alone, that is enough, or that will be enough for them. Another way around, the other party, which is the MPP and this especially the NPP, they also think that oral is there to actually witch hunt the appointees of this current administration. I mean, this MPP administration. In Ghana, we are fan of tagging, using mantras and tags to sabotage positive change. So what is your view? Do you think that this oral is indeed coming to witch hunt someone? And of course, if somebody is a witch, wouldn't that person be hunted?
Well, yeah, you're right. I think they think there's some towns in Ghana that they say when you go, you see the witches. But I wonder whether they've been able to arrest any of the witches. You know, so nobody is mentioning witch hunting anyway. It is about recovering, Operation Recover All Loot. You know, so it's about recovering what is duly for the state that individuals have stifled. It is about bringing back what is meant for the individuals, the ordinary folks in our country to benefit. That one person has decided to go and grab state assets. We know when you go to the cantonment and East Lagos and all these state lands, that individuals have willfully collected. That is not yes, all in the name of politics. These are the things the Ghanaians want. If you go to some places in Accra, these are state lands that today we cannot even find any. The Achimota Forest, you saw one, Sir John. It was under the same administration. Sir John could wait to his cousins and nephews and nieces. A land that has been bestowed to the people. When I went into it, somebody was saying Achimota itself means something different, you know. But these are the things that oral is doing. Oral is not there to go and chase somebody from their room when they have not done anything. If you haven't done any crime, why would you be afraid of? You know, if you have not committed any crime, why would you have a cause to believe that the government is coming after you? It is about your behavior. If you did not do anything wrong in the administration of the Nana Akufo-Addo, the Bukit Neza Dankwa, then obviously you don't have anything else to be afraid of.
To worry about.
The government or the President Mahama doesn't have the time to chase these ones. He does not. He's got the time to think about recovering the economy, making Ghana's economy strong. Somebody sent me a message that BRICS wants Ghana to be part of the BRICS community. As you know, the Brazil, the Russia, the India, the China, and the South Africans. So they want Ghana to. It means that our country should not be a poor country. It means that we have what it takes so we can be able to meet the individual aspirations of our people. It means that if we have good leadership, then we can put in the right measures and institutions. We can become more competitive. We can be able to attract more investment. Look at it, was this administration, the one that is just leaving. That is where we were downgraded to the lowest of all. That it was very difficult for people to do business in this country. You understand? So how has Ora got to become a witch hunting mechanic? It is not. Mahama is coming to return Ghana into the higher height, where young man from Abokobi, or young one from Takon Swayim, or a young man from Obuasi, or young one from Wale Wale can just dream and say, I want to be a lawyer, and it's possible for you to go through the school system and be a lawyer without knowing anybody to push them. You understand? This is the Ghanaian dream. That is why we are resetting Ghana to the way we expect what was promised to us by Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana.
And having mentioned the name lawyer, do you think that the current judiciary we have, because of course we are in a democracy, and no one person can take the power into his own hands to as it were, bring someone to a book? It has to go through our legal system. Do you think the current judiciary we have can help Ghana recover the loot?
Yeah, I mean, there's the need for us to purge the legal or the judicial system. Our fraternity has been tainted by bad behaviors. There are people who were parliamentary candidates who have been appointed to go to the Supreme Court. These are all things we need to reset. Hence, the manifesto says we are going to make the institution, a noble institution like the Supreme Court or our legal systems, be functional without being too political. So I think that there are some others who have gone through the system who are genuinely up for Ghana. They will be willing to cause a change internally. The institutions have to change. If we really want to get the country moving, then we have to get a new culture in our system. And I think that the legal system will not frustrate that. Anybody who comes in the way of this policy will have to find themselves to blame.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you so much, Ken, for your thoughts. And before I go for a commercial break, I want to ask you this question. Then I'll go for commercial break. Then we'll proceed on the second round. One of the key promises that the NDC made when it comes to power is to abolish e-levy. So I think last week or last Sunday, I heard that one bishop or prophet or pastor somewhere is admonishing His Excellency Dr. Mahama not to touch the e-levy. And he thinks that if he touches the e-levy, then he's going to suffer in his tenure. Do you ascribe to this assertion from those who are saying we shouldn't abolish e-levy?
Well, it was a manifesto promise that we're going to simplify the taxation in our system. If you go to the NDC manifesto recently, they want to make the taxes more simplified. And if it means that e-levy is going to be part of those conglomerate of taxes that is going to be reviewed to come together, why not? People may have their own individual interests and opinions or some of these things, but I think that we have a fantastic economic team that will look into it and decide on the best approach to take, because it doesn't make sense that you buy a bottle of wine or a bottle of water and you see a lot of taxes attached to it. So that has also brought inflation up. The cost of living crisis that we have in Ghana, I'm sure the pastor himself knows. If it is, I have not heard that comment, so I can't say much. If he knows, his church members are not able to pay their tithes and dues or whatever collection because they are struggling. And it is only when we have a simplified taxation system or tax system in place that it is easy for people to know how much they are getting out of whatever taxes they pay. If you sit in Germany, for instance, and you go to work, you have got that option to pay your tithes from your salary, don't you?
Exactly.
You take that from your I can't remember the form you use to pay. They take from source. So that is a simplified way of doing it. And I think that what we are saying is that they want to simplify the taxes so that we don't have all these draconian taxes that every day somebody gets up, then operator will bring a new tax. Every day new tax. You pay more in taxes than even the value of the item that you're paying for. You understand? And that doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. And every businessman wants to have a simplified tax system so that they can also make the accountant work simply and they can pay the appropriate tax as per the law provides.
Okay. Thank you so much, comrade. Viewers, this is My View. Usually, this program is being hosted by Dr. Jerome Pan. And tonight, I am sitting in for him. He's our regular host. And I'm here with the president of Pro Forum, Comrade Ken Johnson. He is the president of Pro Forum UK, Ireland, and of course, by extension, Europe. As you rightly heard him, they are about to launch Pro Forum France, and also Belgium. Germany will follow suit, and most of the European countries will have Pro Forum branches over there. And we are discussing the aftermath of 2024 election, the overwhelming endorsement that Ghanaians gave to the NDC, and of course the expectations of the electorate or the masses. Will NDC be able to fulfill those promises? How can the NDC meet those expectations of the masses? Let me go for a quick break. When I come back, I'll read the messages and then we will go to my guests for the second round of today's show. I can remind you that today this program is also being taken live by High 93.7 FM, and the King's Radio has also have this program live. Sakina Information Center has cross-posting this show. Jaframa TV is also cross-posting this show, and many more affiliates. If you want to listen to us live on podcast, you can get us on Anchor FM, and of course on Twitch. We're also there on Twitch. So let me go for a quick break. When I come, I'll read the messages and then go to my guest for the second round. Yo, yeah, we are back again. Let me see. Our cherished viewers have brought their views, and I have to do justice to the views of our cherished viewers and listeners by reading them. If there are questions, I'll ask my guests. If there are suggestions, we'll look into it. And of course, whatever view you have, bring it on board, right? Because this program is an interactive show. Okay, NDC Diaspora Union is watching us on YouTube. It's a victory. Today marks an era of dark days in Ghana. And Asampahene Boache is watching us on Facebook. Said, greetings from Achim Himan. Ghana is free again. Thank you, Asampahene Boache. Then Mavis Boatin is watching us on YouTube. Said, I'm extremely happy for the attainment of our second independence. Watching from Lisbon, Portugal. Then Lady Ma too is watching us on Twitch. Said the EC did not help Ghana and the electorates to get a free and fair elections. Watching on Twitch from St. Petersburg, Russia. Sikapa family is watching us on YouTube. Sikapa family right said, good evening, watching from Jumapo near Koforidua. Then Kwesi Insia is watching us on Facebook. Kwesi Insia writes, said, the guest is doing justice to the program. Greetings from Anglo Town in Koforidua. Thank you so much, Kwesi Insia. Patience Darkon is also watching us on YouTube. Patience writes, good evening, watching from Hamburg, Germany. Thank you for doing the watching. As Ghana Ahimfie right on and watching us on Facebook. So good evening. We warned the NPP of their arrogance and incompetence but they didn't listen. God has shown them where the real power belongs. Watching from Bosusu in Fantiakwa South District. Then Jaframa TV. Ghana is free forever. Greetings from Rara in Oti region. Kweku Yevo writes, he's watching us on Facebook, said greetings from Sohum in the eastern region of Ghana. Then Nanata Frimu said, too bad, we can't see him, but he is speaking well. Greetings from Tatali, Northern Ghana, and Sakina Information Center listeners. Pardon us for that. Alfie Robert Kingpay is watching us on Facebook. Robert writes, yes, you are right. Ghana should join the BRICS. Watching from France, Paris. France TV, watching from Aflao Volta region. Then Frima Oye, watching us on Facebook. So watching from Manche near Ho. Then Nyami Yaubio, watching us on Facebook. Nyami Yaubio writes, greetings from Nkwanta Inoti region. I am the popular tea seller at Nkwanta Lorry Station. Greetings to all customers of the popular tea seller in Nkwanta Lorry Station. And kudos to all of you for giving the NDC the overwhelming endorsement. Thank you so much. Now we are back. Let me go to my guests so that we have about 15 minutes to go. Then we'll wrap up on today's show. My guest again is Ken Johnson. He is the president of Proforum UK Ireland, and by extension, the Europe, or that, yeah, exactly. Yes, Comrade Ken, you are welcome back.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm still here.
Yes. Tonight is the swearing in of the 9th Parliament.
Yes.
And many are saying that with this overwhelming majority that NDC has. NDC has no excuse or whatsoever to disappoint Ghanaians. Do you share in that view? And if yes,
Well,
why?
well, I think that people voted massively for us because they wanted that they believe in us, they believe in our manifesto to start with, and they know that we can deliver on what we say. President Mahama is the man we call Osioyo. When he
Mm-hmm.
speaks, he does it.
Yep.
So, Wayebida, it is not now that we are going to do experiment, just like what Ronaldo did. He did. He experimented everything that gave us nothing. You understand? So people may have reason to uh, be very optimistic. They may have reasons to be very hopeful that we shouldn't have any reason to disappoint them. And of course, we are not in the business of doing politics to disappoint people. We are in the business to inspire the aspirations of individuals. And these are all, everybody has an interest in politics. People want to see that things work for them. Those who don't have will be able to aspire to bring better opportunities for themselves and their families. And I think that if we have gone through oral, we've gone through purging some of the judicial systems. I've gone through some of the ways things are done with a 24-hour economy coming in place, and also ensuring the Women Development Bank is also in place. That in itself is a success. And I believe
Mm-hmm.
that by the time of the 2028 election, the Ghanaian public will just say that, oh, these people came in, they say we're going to do A, B, C, and D, and they have achieved it all. And therefore, we should give them another mandate. And I think that whatever we get to by 2028, the confidence of the people will still be at high because we would have been able to deliver on our promises.
Mm-hmm.
Women Development Bank per se is even a game changer. Talk about the 24-hour economy. Talk about how we are going to reset the Ghana education service, education system with the free SHS thing, which has now become a bottleneck for many parents. This traffic light system, we are going to stop it. I
Mm-hmm.
think that once we have done that and we have been able to give the confidence of the parent that their wards are going to school and they'll come back in 3 months, that is a success. And I'm very sure that people are hoping that these things will happen. And I know for a fact that it is going to happen.
Thank you. And what will be your advice to those who would be appointed or who get appointment in the incoming administration?
Well, I think that we have to always remember that we are human beings. We belong to the same country. Pomposity or arrogance doesn't pay. And this is a special word to every NDC member. We should be measured in our celebrations. We have been in opposition before for 8 years. People saw our behavior and thought that they could trust us back. So that's the trust given to us. We need to ensure that we do not make it fade away. We have to always hold that high. And I'm expecting that the new, as Mr. Mahama has said, that his appointees will be people with a caliber of experience and measurable skills so that he can help him deliver. I believe that we are going to do that. And comrades must always know that we are working for Ghana. We are working through His Excellency President Mahama, and we are going to ensure that what we promise the good people of Ghana can happen. We shouldn't behave like what the MPP did, that they will not listen to any advice. They will not even want people to get closer to them. We are there to serve, and let us make the servitude become the centerpiece of our engagement.
Thank you so much. Before I leave you to go, I chanced on an article that was suggesting that CHAS, which is the heads of secondary
Yeah,
schools or
committee of
whatever,
heads of schools.
yes, they are actually admonishing parents not to send their wards to school because they don't have foodstuffs to feed the kids. And of course, if any child is coming, parents should give them fat envelope. I mean, their budget should be doubled or quadrupled. Have you seen this? And if, or have you heard this? And if you have, why did they wait till now for them to come out at this die minute?
Well, there could be many reasons to it. People were afraid. People were not even sure what the outcome of the election was going to be. But of course, it is also a safeguarding issue. If you think about what the head teachers are saying, they don't have the funds because the country is broke. Meanwhile, the president went to parliament some few days ago on the 3rd to say Ghana is in a good place because they have enough money left. So this is a true representation of his lies to the good people of Ghana. But I think that the interim administration, or the what we call the transition team, have had a word or so with them. They're trying to learn the issues, and I'm very sure that a good solution will come out of it. But in terms of why they came so last minute, I'm sure you know that. Don't forget, some few months ago, if you're a head teacher and you spoke things like that, you're going to be transferred. It's either you're
Okay.
transferred or you've been stuck by the GS. So they were very heartless. They had not got any locals to speak. But this is for them to be able to express their frustration of the system. And it's an epitome of what sort of administration you have had in the last 8 years. So I think that we need to commend them, but a little bit late. Maybe they could have said it some few days after the election. That would have been very much welcoming. But I think it is also to warn parents that look, things are not that gloomy as it is, and it's also to showcase the stark reality of the economic situation we find ourselves in our country.
By saying this, many are also of the other school of thought that during the past 8 years, there are some key institutions you hardly hear them admonishing the government or coming out to say certain thing that is actually affecting them. And of course, CHAS is one, the Ghana Bar Association is two, the clergy, the all these associations, labor unions, and all these people. It looks like after 7th December, many of these people are beginning to find their voices, to be speaking, and to be actually, some are actually not just doing the speaking, but then, as it were, trying to make it seem as if that the NDC has to do certain things by hook or crook. Otherwise, they would mount demonstrations against the NDC or something like that. Now the question is, why are they being hypocritic, especially the clergy? And many are saying that those who couldn't find their voices during the past 8 years should continue to keep mute or to keep their mouth shut within the next 4 years. Do you share that view?
Well, I think that these are reputational issues. I think the last 8 years we saw institutions like Agro, the bar associations, and like you said, Charles and the rest not being able to speak. For me, I look at it from the issue of opportunistic stand. Maybe they were genuinely doing the bidding of the government, which is true in most cases because it's so strange that people could not speak. Now that they think they are finding their voices, their reputation is before them. Do they make any impactful contribution in our country? I believe you and our answer is in our head. We know that it's not. Because for 8 years you couldn't speak. All of a sudden you're talking. I saw a video by one of the pastors. He's saying that they know those who didn't talk the last 8 years. If they now come and talk, you come after them. You understand? So now it's about reputation. You don't even have to waste our time thinking about what Charles or Aglo or the bar association says anymore, because we all know that they are very biased. They are very, very biased, and they have left their reputation to status. It shouldn't even bother us. Ours is to get on the business of government, the business of governance, the business of ensuring that we are able to deliver the promises that we give to them, the business of making sure that the parent who wants a son or daughter to go to secondary school will not go for 6 weeks and come back, but staying for 3 months and know they have completed the term.
Thank you so much, Comrade Ken. Our time is almost up, but I won't let you sign off without hearing your thoughts about the unfortunate incident that happened over the weekend at Kantamanto. Now that you are in Ghana, Ghanaians are listening, they are watching you. What do you have to say to this unfortunate incident, and what advice can you give to Ghanaians? Because we've seen that whenever government is about to change, there seems to be fire outbreaks. I mean, what is your advice to Ghanaians? What is your advice to the incoming administration? What should Ghanaians do in order to curb this occurrence going forward?
I think that we need to be vigilant. First of all, it's very sad that people's businesses were destroyed by this arson attack, as has been known. I'm told that this morning or so, the similar incident has happened at somewhere around Tema. So we cannot call it an tsunami, as you call it. So it's not one of. We are
It's
seeing
not
it as
a rare
a
case.
yeah. These are
Isolated.
sporadic things that we know there is a temptation by individuals to cause trouble. We need to ask the police and the fire service to be more vigilant, and we need to have more bodies on the streets and ensure that some of these attacks, you have to get intelligence on them. But if we are finding those who are capable of doing that, the law must take care of them. We expect the law to be very, very strong on them. We need to apply all the forces, and we need to smoke anybody who is planning to cause some of this arson attack on the good people of the country. It is not the best for our democracy. I would not make somebody's business go waste because of change of government. So these individuals must be brought to book. But I think that people must have assurance that things are going to get better under President Mahama. People must know that what Mr. Mahama stands for is the truth, and he has been consistent with his stance on the way things have been in the last 8 years and when he was in government. And so there's the chance for things to get better. It is not going to be that straightforward. Some may take time, some may be immediate, some may be long term. But we know that under a good leader, you get a result in the end. So people must have confidence and have faith and also support the government to deliver. Aura has come to stay, and we're going to use the Aura to recover some of the loot so that we can use it to put those funds into some places to make the country recover some of the debts that it needs to pay. Thank you very much, and I'm very sorry for the lightning situation. As you know, I'm in a dark place, so
No
I'll have
problem.
to apologize once more time. But let's do it again.
No problem. Thank you. We'll definitely do it again. And of course, our
And
viewers
and
and
and also just to say that tomorrow is going to be very colorful at the Independence Square, so
Independence
people must
Square.
watch this. Yes, when we
Definitely.
see
We'll do the
His
watching from
Excellency's
here.
tour, and yeah, let's all watch it and sing praises and be very optimistic. The Ghana has come to the right hands and is
We'll
going to
do the
travel
watching
right.
from here. And of
Yes,
course, our viewers and listeners have already forgiven us for the technical glitch. And definitely this show will be repeated. And I believe that's one will make sure everything will be on point. And thank you very much, Ken Johnson, for joining us on MyView on Today Ghana News TV. Definitely we'll catch up with you the next coming weeks so that you can appear on the show again. And of course,
thank you.
since you are in Ghana, kindly do take good care of yourself.
Will
And
do.
let's all pray for tomorrow's swearing in. And then after tomorrow, we'll see how God would lead Ghana to. Before you go, any last words? Anything to say to your fans, to your family and viewers?
Oh, thank you. I think that anytime I speak to Germany, I feel like I'm home, and I want to also wish everybody who listens, particularly the people of UK and Ireland Pro Forum, the Pro Forum Global, and the Germans who have joined us. We're trying to come to Germany to set up a Pro Forum. So let them link up through your good studios, and if they want the contacts, please let them have it. We are generators of good leadership and professionals. We want to bring all our expertise together so we can help Ghana move the right direction. Ghana is losing a lot through brain drain. I believe Proforum is going to help solve some of these problems. I believe Proforum is also going to help solve some of the issues we have in our running of things in our country. So that whatever you see in Deutschland is the same as what you see in the UK
In
and the same as
UK,
what you
yep.
come and see in Ghana. So our country can be very competitive, and we can compete on a higher level through sport, through education, through the sciences, and through business. And I think that is where the future is.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Thank you so much. Comrade Ken Johnson, President, Pro
Thank you.
Forum UK, Ireland, and of course, by extension, Europe. Viewers, this is where the time would permit us to bring the curtains of MyView. This show usually comes to you every Monday at 7 p.m. Central European Time and 6 p.m. GMT, so Greenwich time. And usually the show is being hosted by Dr. Jerome Pan, and today I sat in for him. And definitely next week you have your regular host, and he'll be there to host this program live. And before I sign off, I also have a view. So let me share my view briefly, then I close the curtains. And my view is about this Cantamanto fire outbreak. It is unfortunate that traders, businessmen have lost their investment through this fire outbreak. I don't know what caused the fire. I can't pinpoint the cause of the fire, but I would admonish the security services to look thoroughly, do forensic investigation into this fire outbreak to find the cause of the fire. Definitely, my view is, I know there are some people who are responsible. They deliberately caused this fire. Isn't it weird that anytime power is about changing hands? I'm not too old, but I remember the very time we began experiencing this fire outbreaks was when the NPP was handing over to NDC in 2008. That is where the Foreign Affairs Ministry caught fire. And then it continued to various markets, various offices, and various agencies. It is believed that, or it is conspiracy, that politicians or the outgoing administration, they try to set fire in those places just to conceal evidence, because they know they did certain shady deals and the incoming administration will hold them responsible. My view is that I believe the NDC, the incoming administration, the oral team to be precise, if you belong to the NPP administration, if you served under President Nana Akufo-Addo and you think that you can conceal an evidence, you are joking, because all this evidence have already been collected. So whether you bend your office or you bend documents or whatever, you shred documents or whatever, the reality has already catch up with you and you face the law. And my sympathies goes to all these traders, businessmen and women who have lost their investment. And as my guests or our guest said, all of us need to be vigilant. It's not only the security services, but you as an ordinary Ghanaian, the way you were vigilant during the 2024 elections, the same way you have to be vigilant at your environs. Look around. If something weird, somebody is doing something weird. Today we have mobile phones, we have technology, record them. Report them to the appropriate security agencies. If you don't trust the security services, please, there are ways and means to get your complaint sent to the appropriate quarters. I know the ORA team has published their website and their toll-free number and all that. Please make good use of all these avenues so that Ghana will be safe. And I congratulate all the MP-elects, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the incoming president, and of course, his vice president, Her Excellency Professor Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman. I congratulate Right Honorable Speaker Bagwen for his nomination or reappointment, and all other MPs or people who have been appointed, the second deputy speaker of parliament and all that. Congratulations to all of you. And we pray that tonight and tomorrow swearing in will be a success, so that after tomorrow, when we meet, we'll discuss the real deal that NDC has for Ghanaians. Without much I say, I thank you very much for making time to watch my view. We'll bring this program to you same time next week. Again, my name is Alfred Kuyoli. I stepped in for your regular host, Comrade Dr. Jerome Pan. Thank you so much for making time to watch and listen to us. Bye.